Okay, so just taking a quick look at your swing, I can see where the hooks and the toe shots might be stemming from. Um, you have a great golf swing, by the way. The foundation's tremendous. I think with a couple minor tweaks, it'd be really easy to shift things around a little bit. But it looks like to me on your backswing that the hands get a little bit sort of low and in here. The club head gets a little low and inside, and then it kind of lays off on you a little bit. What happens when the club gets out of balance? So from a Nicklaus perspective, he always spoke about, I want the club to remain in the address position throughout the entire golf swing. So he never wanted it to feel like it was doing any of this. He didn't want this feeling or this sensation in his golf swing. So what he talked about was, okay, this is the address position. So for him, the hands were slightly forward. So the address position would be between the arms, but slightly to the right. This would be dead center. This is slightly to the right. So this would be the address position for Jack. So Jack knew that if I take it back to here, I'm still in the address position. So if I take it back to here, that's still in the address position. If I take it up to here, that's still in the address position. If I draw it up to the top of the backswing, that's still in the address position. Then coming down into impact, through impact, it's always leveraged, it's always between his arms. So with that being said, if your club gets a little inside and a little laid off, well then the center of mass is outside my arms. So what happens is if the club gets too laid off on the backswing, then on this side of the arc, the club's out of balance. So what happens is, because the weight or gravity's pulling it this way, something's gotta happen to get it back in front of me or back in between my arms. So what happens is at the bottom of the arc, if I'm out of balance this way, it's gonna cause the forearms and hands to roll too much on the way through. So the club, rather than being in balance the entire time, in balance, in balance, in balance, in balance, in balance, it gets a little bit in and out of balance, and then that causes you to sort of stand up on it and release your hands on the through swing, because the gravity's pulling it this way, so you gotta roll your forearms to get it back in front. So I think the first thing I would want to clean up is the takeaway. And so this yellow alignment rod, what I'm trying to do in the takeaway is I'm trying to have this shaft trace this yellow line. So I'm tracing, 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 tracing. Now I'm not taking it straight back, because the only way I could take it straight back is if the shaft was vertical. I'm on an inclined plane, so what feels straight back is actually arcing to the inside slightly. But you notice here that as I take this back, straight back, straight back, straight back, the club is still in the address position. It didn't get a little inside. And then as I trace from here, I want the butt of the club to point at the yellow line again. So it'll point at that yellow line. So that's how I'm kind of tracing the baseline to get it on plane and to have it leveraged. So the first place I would start is, we can get the club a little more in balance going up to about shoulder high, then I think you'll feel a lot more in balance through here. You won't have the club laid off and the forearms rolling through impact. So that's my initial thoughts. I hope this helps, and let me know if you'd like to have a full swing analysis. So I hope this helps. Thanks again.